Hello everyone, Tim back for another Minecraft statue tutorial. Today we're going to be building William Stryker from X-2. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this started. So to build William Stryker, you're going to need black concrete, block of coal, gray wool, cyan terracotta, gray concrete, white terracotta, stripped spruce wood, light gray terracotta, white wool, blue wool, glass pane, and iron bars. So to kick off your William Stryker statue, we're going to do a row of 8 with your black concrete. Sorry, there we go. We're then going to do 1 black concrete, 2 blocks of coal, 2 black concretes, 2 blocks of coal, 1 black concrete. The next row is entirely black concrete. Next we're going to do 1 black concrete, 2 blocks of coal, 2 black concretes, 2 blocks of coal, 1 black concrete. Next row is entirely black concrete. Next 3 rows are entirely gray wool. The next row we're going to make entirely cyan terracotta, and then we're going to bring it forward just by 1. So like that. The next 3 rows are entirely cyan terracotta. And then we're going to do something here. We're going to do 2 cyan terracottas here, and then 1 right here, and 1 right here. Should give us the kind of folds of the trench coat. And that is the entirety of the front of the legs done. Pretty simple stuff. Moving along to the sides of the legs, we'll just go ahead and get these over with. We're going to take everything back by 3. 1, 2, and 3. And you're pretty much just going to drag everything up on the exact same blocks that you see in front of you. Or to the side of you, I should say. And then we are going to actually drag this row out by 1 as well. So let's just go ahead and do this side. So there we go. That is that side done. And then for the back, we're going to pretty much do a mirror of the front, minus like the shoelaces here. So we're just going to fill in the back of the boots just black concrete. We're going to do 3 rows of gray wool, and then just fill in the rest with cyan terracotta, and then we're just going to copy what we did on the front, like this. So yeah, that is that's the legs completely done. Back to the torso, we're going to start by placing a cyan terracotta on the ends of the row. We're going to go ahead and mark out where the hands are going to go. We're going to place 2 gray concretes and then 2 black concretes coming out of those. And then let's do the same thing right over here. Back to the torso though, we're going to do a block of coal, then 4 cyan terracottas, and then a block of coal. We don't need the gray wool anymore, so we can just move that out of the way. The next row is entirely cyan terracotta. Next row we're going to do a cyan terracotta, block of coal, 4 cyan terracottas, block of coal, cyan terracotta. Next row we're going to do 3 gray concretes, 2 cyans, 3 grays. Next row we're going to do a cyan terracotta, block of coal, 4 cyan terracottas, block of coal, cyan terracotta. Next row is entirely cyan terracotta. Next row we're going to do a cyan terracotta, block of coal, 4 cyan terracottas, block of coal, cyan terracotta. Next row we're going to do 3 gray concretes, 2 cyan terracottas. That's not the right block. 3 gray concretes. Next row we're going to do, you guessed it, a cyan terracotta, a block of coal, 4 cyan terracottas, sorry, block of coal, cyan terracotta. The next row, we're going to do an entire row of cyan terracotta, but this row we're going to bring these 2 cyan terracottas in the middle forward by 1. The next row we're going to do 3 cyan terracottas, 2 black concretes, 3 cyan terracottas, and we're going to bring this cyan terracotta forward by 1 and this one forward by 1. And then the final row, we are going to do 2 cyan terracottas, 4 black concretes, 2 cyan terracottas, and bring these 2 forward by 1. like that, which will give us the front of the statue. Moving on to the front of the arms, they are pretty simple. We're going to do a row of black concrete, and then the rest of the arm is entirely cyan terracotta. So, pretty simple stuff. The other side is the exact same. I can imagine one of my biggest inspirations for this channel was Gummy Bear Games, and I could just imagine him placing all sorts of random blocks in here to give it detail. So, moving along though, we're actually missing a block that I'm just now picking up on. We don't need it right now, but we will need it. We're going to need polished blackstone buttons. There they are. Okay, so we will need those, but not quite yet. We're going to go ahead and do the back of the torso since it's really simple. The back of the torso is entirely cyan terracotta. So, yep. And then on the top row, actually, what we're going to do is we're going to drag out the top row entirely just by one, like that. And that will give us the collar, of course. And then we can just make everything else cyan terracotta. The arms are the exact same as they are in the front, minus that gray concrete right there. But everything else is the exact same. Very, very simple statue. He's literally just wearing like military garb, or I don't even know what the heck he's wearing. Just this trench coat. These early X-Men movies were very afraid to go comic accurate, even though, not that William Stryker really has a costume in the comics, but... So there we go. And then let's go ahead and connect the hands, just black concretes here. And then we're actually going to need our polished blackstone buttons. We are going to trade them out for the block of coal. We're going to do... Right here, we're going to place 2 polished blackstone buttons, just like this. And then we're going to make the rest of the side of the arm cyan terracotta. So the same thing on this side. Like this. Like that. And then for the shoulders, we're going to do 3 gray concretes right here, and then 3 cyans right here. That's supposed to be like that. It's kind of hard to explain. On coats like that you actually see, and we're gonna place a button here. On coats you actually see like that you can actually wear. There's always like that little strap on the top. They're just kind of there. I've never actually known what they do, so there's probably a reason for them, but I don't know what that reason is. So, but there we go. That's that. And now for the face, we are going to bring these white terracottas forward, just right here and right here. We're going to go in another row of white terracotta. And then we're going to place 8 temporary blocks just right here, and we're going to place spruce woods on top of those. Like this. The next row we're going to do 2 white terracottas, a spruce wood, 2 light grays, spruce wood, 2 whites. Next row we're going to do 3 white terracottas, 2 spruce woods, 3 white terracottas. The next row we're going to do a white terracotta, a white wool, and now we're going to need the blue wool and the glass pane and the iron bars. We're gonna place a blue wool here, then 2 white terracottas, 1 blue wool, 1 white wool, 1 white terracotta. While we're here, we're gonna go ahead and place glass panes in front of the eyes here, and then iron bars to the left and right of those. Up here, we're going to do 1 white terracotta, 2 browns, or 2 spruces, I mean, 2 whites, 2 spruces, 1 white. Then we're gonna do an entire row of white terracotta. Next row, we're going to do 4 white terracottas, 1 spruce, 3 whites. Next row, we're going to do a spruce, a white, 4 spruces, a white, 1 spruce, And that will give us the front of Stryker's face. I have no idea how I'm going to do the thumbnail, by the way, because there's like no room here. I made him way too close to Rogue on accident. I guess it'll just, well, we'll figure it out once we get there. Going to the sides of the head, we are going to make the hair like we normally do for the most part. So we're going to do a row of temporary blocks back here. So like this. And then we're just going to start connecting these. We're going to do 4 spruce woods here, 3 white terracottas, then 5 spruce woods here, 2 white terracottas, 4 spruce woods, 3 white terracottas, 4 spruce woods, 2 white terracottas, 1 spruce wood, and then we're just going to make the rest spruce wood. Now, he does have a bald spot in the back of his head, so we're not going to do the back or the top just yet, but the sides are just like a standard statue that I would do. There we go. And then for the top of the head, we're going to start in the back. Well, you're going to take your spruce woods all the way back to this block right here. So you're going to take them back by 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same thing all the way across. Just like this. Then this next row, we're going to go 2 spruce woods, 2 white terracottas, 2 spruce woods. And then this back row, we're going to place 1 spruce wood, 4 white terracottas, 1 spruce wood. For the back of the head, we're going to do 1 additional row of white terracotta here, and then 2 white terracottas in the middle. And then we're just going to fill everything else in with spruce wood. And once you've done that, you'll be done. So let's get rid of all of my materials here. Get rid of the arm. So there we have it. That is William Stryker. So I hope you guys all enjoyed this tutorial. Here's a pretty simple one, and there's not much to him, but sometimes you need some of these just to fill out your world. So, and this is not the X-Men Origins one. Obviously, I will be making him, but this is the X-2 version of him. So, I guess I'm gonna have to do the thumbnail on this side this time, since it would be practically impossible to do it on this side. So it's a little strange, but it'll have to do for this tutorial. But anyway, so yeah, thank you guys all so much for watching, and I will see you guys all in the next one. Bye bye.